cousin, welcome back. It is Tuesday. I am very tired. Oh my gosh, I have been stressed and I've been staying up late. That's how I know I'm stressed because typically I am in bed at 7 p.m. I turn the lights out at 8:30 p.m. and then sometime after I go to sleep. And I need that. I've also been wanting to get back into doing steps, like 10,000 steps a morning. But then the issue is because I go to sleep so late, sometimes even 12 p.m., I'm going to sleep because I'm just so stressed. And I know the cause of the stress. I feel like it's going to be really hard to do something about it. So I think I'm just going to wait until I move and then that issue will resolve itself. But back to working on my house. I have some of this stuff from the childhood stuff that I still need to work on. I think I'm going to save that until a different week, just because I really want to get my garage cleaned. Also, if I work on that instead, most of the stuff in my garage will not be able to go into the trash. I've also found more stuff to go to my friend. I want to say decluttering is crazy. I think I'm done. And then there's all these nooks and crevices. Is that the right word? Crevice. I don't know. There's all these nooks and crannies in my place, like cupboards and whatnot, and I find more stuff. Or what usually also happens that I will do 3, 4, 5 rounds in my house. And then on the last round, the third round, the fifth round, I'll be like, oh, I don't need this anymore. I should add it to the pile of stuff. But my process is to take a picture of the item, send it to my friend, and be like, any interest? If she says yes, I put it on her shelf. That's the whole shelving units. I call it hers because I'm giving it to her. If she says no, I put it in the corner and that stuff goes to a Christian charity. They have never said no to anything. So it's like super simple, you know? I don't have a group I reached out to be like, who wants this? I feel like, I can't do that. I just need people to say yes or no. She just emptied out my closet for me. This space, it was filled with Poshmark stuff because I was selling a lot of stuff on Poshmark. I was selling Zara clothing, like brand new Zara clothing, a bunch of Loungefly. I think Loungefly was the most popular brand that I had, but many backpacks, purses, passport bags, wallets, makeup bags. I was selling some socks, and that whole closet was just filled with stuff because then you have to ship stuff, right? So you have to get all these boxes. I kept some of the boxes and some of the shipping stuff for when I move, but I'm just hoping I can get rid of more stuff so I'm not bringing that much stuff with me. I would just hate to get to Texas and be like, why did I keep this? Now I have to figure out who to give it to. That's a hard thing too. Finding out who to give things to is not actually easy because you don't know what people want, right? I try to search for some Christian charity groups and I wasn't really finding anything. I also don't like to advertise my stuff because there was a situation that I had to deal with, and I want to do a longer video about this. I met an online friend, and when I was telling her that I'm a minimalist, or I'm starting this minimalist journey, and I was telling her that my plan was to get rid of 99% of the things I owned, she was like, let me know if you want me to take anything. My response to her was, what would you like? What do you need? Her response was, I don't need anything. So I figured, okay, like, I don't know if people just assume that I'm going to come to them first because they said they want stuff. But like, that's just not my process. My process is go to my best friend, ask her if she wants it. If she says yes, I give it to her. If she says no, it goes to Christian charity. The more people you add in, the more complicated it gets because she wouldn't tell me what she wanted, but she also said she didn't need anything, right? So in a separate conversation, I mentioned that I'm thinking about getting rid of my dehydrator. And she's like, I need a dehydrator. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if I decide to get rid of it, I'll let you know. I felt very pressured, like, okay, well, if she needs it, she has a family of, I think, 5 or 6. If she needs it, she probably needs it more than I do. And so I decided to give it to her. I drove over 40 minutes to take it to her and drop it off. And then, I stayed to hang out. And I thought this was just a one-off thing. I didn't see a pattern yet. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, yeah, I want to move to Europe at some point, but I'm also going to have to upgrade my laptop and get rid of my monitors. She's like, I need laptops. I need monitors. And she's like, yeah, I'll even give you money and you can ship it to me after you move. It just feels so opportunistic. I never asked her outright first if she wanted anything because I have my process. And if I don't follow my process, I get very stressed out. So this woman was stressing me out. She asked for a bunch of things. I had already agreed to it because I felt pressure to say yes. And then she's asking for that. So after that, I ended up leaving, drove the 40 minutes back home. And then I thought of it and I'm like, I just feel so uncomfortable with the constant claiming things. Also, I want to mention that when I'm talking to someone about, oh yeah, I'm thinking about giving my dehydrator away, it's not an invitation to claim that item. This is just my way of processing it. Are they going to say, oh, you might need it, you could use it for X, Y, and Z? And then I have to think, okay, maybe I will actually use it, maybe I'll keep it. But my process is to just, it's conversation to me, to be honest. And so I already knew who I wanted to give it to. And that person hadn't claimed it. I just know in my head, I want to offer it to this group, or I want to give it to this group of people. And then when someone comes in and claims it, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, why does this person feel like they're better than everyone else? Like, nobody has claimed to my stuff. Like, this is so unfair to treat me like this. I was very, very stressed out. I decided to end the friendship. And she was not happy. She was Christian versing me and just saying things like Christian manipulation and whatnot. I blocked her phone number. She emailed me. I had to block her email address, and I was Facebook friends with her, so I had to block her there too. I grew up being a people pleaser because I have a narcissistic mother, so it's very hard for me to say no, even when I want to say no. And then sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in my decision, even though I didn't do anything wrong. It's so weird how someone's like, you can give me something. Oh, she also said she wanted something sentimental. But still, it's like, if I'm asking you what you want, why aren't you telling me exactly what you want? Oh, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. And then when I mention something you want, you're like, I want that. I need that. Why not just tell me that then? When I asked you what you wanted, why didn't you say, I need a dehydrator? I need laptops. I need monitors. Why this whole game? I feel like it's one big game, to be honest. It's just so weird to me. I genuinely don't understand. But those people stress me out. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do when I get to Texas. If I have to give something away, so I know for a fact that I want to upgrade my Apple Watch. I am allergic to nickel, and every time I wear my Apple Watch, and it's an Apple Watch SE, just decided to go with the cheapest option, I get contact dermatitis. So I would like to upgrade to, I think it's the Ulta. It's like made of titanium, and that's supposed to be significantly less nickel. I think if I got that, I wouldn't have the same issues, but then I have to give my old Apple Watch away, right? I would rather give it away to someone for free rather than sell it. Selling things stresses me out. This is why I don't do Poshmark anymore. People would lowball me constantly. I'd be selling something for like $150 because it's a collectible, and they'll be like, will you take $25 for it? I would go through and block these people because I can't stand being lowballed. I also feel like it's a great way of being a Christian to help other people. If you know you can help someone else, why not give it to someone in need, right? Not like that's a necessary item, but it's a nice thing to have if you're not willing to spend $250 on a watch, a smart watch, right? I know that at some point after moving to Texas, I'm going to have to buy a new MacBook. My MacBook, I got it was on sale. I was having trouble with editing videos. I just couldn't figure out CapCut on my Windows 10 laptop, so I decided, okay, fine. I will buy a MacBook and I'll use iMovie. iMovie didn't work for me because user error. It was honestly my error. There's just so many things about exporting a video that I just didn't know. I was exporting it at a very low quality. And so if you go through my older videos, you'll see that they're very like blurry. The quality is not 4K. It looks really bad. And so I couldn't figure that out. So after I got the MacBook, I'm like, okay, fine. I will just buy Final Cut Pro. I did that. It was like $300. And then I soon after that figured out that it was user error. But with as many videos as I am editing, I run out of space all the freaking time. So I have 128 gigs on it. It's just not enough for me. Also, I have two laptops that I use. I have the Windows 10 laptop. It's so old that I can't even upgrade it to a Windows 11. I don't want to buy another Windows computer. I'd rather just stick with Macs. So when I have the money, I would like to just upgrade to a better MacBook with more space and then just get rid of both of those laptops. So, but again, like, hopefully I meet people in Texas I can give things to, because it would make things so much easier. Otherwise, what I'm thinking I might do is if I come back to Minnesota, maybe I'll just pack that stuff with me, like the smaller electronics that can fit in my bag, bring it with me and either give it to my friend or give it to the Christian charity that I usually give to, because I know they'll take stuff, you know? So that might be what I will do. The bigger items, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to find someone who wants those bigger items. Oh my gosh, I just looked at my notes. I completely forgot to tell you that I signed a lease. I signed my lease. I still need to get, I think, some utility set up. I need to transfer my renter's insurance over to the new place, and then I'm still working on this place, getting everything the way I want it, still going through stuff and getting rid of stuff. But yeah, very, very excited. I'm so excited. I couldn't be more excited. Actually, I could, I guess, if I wasn't tired. If I wasn't tired, I'd be more excited. So that is it, and see you next time.